So after trying to meet Mr. Right organically and having no success, I decided to give online dating apps a try, specifically Bumble. I did a lot of swiping left, swiped right, matched with a couple of guys, chatted with them, but nobody really hit it out of the park for me. Then I came upon Joel. He's kind of cute, we have a lot of similar interests. He had a great bio, so I swiped right and we matched immediately. We began conversing via Bumble Messenger, and the conversation was effortless. Before I knew it, we had chatted an entire day away. So we decided to meet in person. I just hoped that what had transpired via Bumble messaging would also translate to an in-person meeting. Sure enough, it did, and we began to see each other. A few dates in, we decided we were gonna go for a hike in the afternoon after I finished work. So I got a text from him during the day. He's like, "It's pretty warm out today. I'm gonna be wearing shorts, and there's something I need to tell you. It's kind of embarrassing." Well, my dirty mind started racing, trying to connect the dots between man, shorts, and embarrassing. What could he possibly have to tell me? So he proceeded to tell me that he was wearing an ankle monitor from a DUI he had gotten in the state of Delaware. He said he wasn't driving at the time, but he went into a lot of detail about he had a camper van and he called himself a van lifer, but really that just meant he spent a lot of time on his sister's couch. But he went into all this detail about open container, vans with the door open, keys in his pocket, the whole 9 yards. So I believed him. Everything he said seemed plausible. I checked him out on the sex offenders registry, found nothing. PA court docket, found nothing. I didn't know about arrest.org back then. Well, we continued to see each other, and we got closer, spending more time with each other. And at the end of July, we decided to go for a long weekend at the beach in his camper van. It was an incredible weekend. We went parasailing and jet skiing, walked on the beach, watched the sunset. And I remember he had these string lights on the ceiling of his van, and he was trying to convince me they were clap-on lights. So I clap and they'd go on and off. So finally I look at him and I said, "You know I see you over there hitting the remote." So he started laughing, because he often laughed at his own jokes. It's a quality I just found very endearing about him. So I started laughing. We're laughing to the point of tears in our eyes, like the kind of laughter where when you stop, you don't look at each other because you're just going to start again. And I remember looking at him with such adoration in that moment. I realized I was really starting to fall for him. I didn't want that moment to end because it just felt so good. But I knew it would. I just hoped we'd have more moments like that. A few weeks later, I got a call from him on a Wednesday night. He said, "I've got something to tell you. It's about my ankle monitor. It's not from a DUI I got in Delaware." I was living with a woman in Florida, and she had a daughter who was also living with us. Her daughter accused me of going into her bedroom in the wee hours of the morning and saying, "Take off all your clothes or I'll rape you." He said I didn't do it. She was retaliating. I had disciplined her, kind of made it seem like she was a little vindictive and just didn't like him. I was incredibly conflicted. My heart and my head were on very different pages. I looked up the charges. Everything he said seemed to make sense. I did meet up with him the next day, and he told me the woman was his ex-wife. The girl was his 15-year-old stepdaughter. And oh, by the way, that ankle monitor had been on his ankle for almost 5 years at this point. Needless to say, things got very rocky. I had questioned everything he had said to me, everything he would say to me. We started to grow apart, but we were still in each other's lives. Fast forward to December, and the Wednesday before Christmas, we were supposed to get together for dinner and drinks. Got a call from him during the day. "I need to head to Florida. They're moving forward with the charges. I need to be there for court proceedings." We stayed in touch the entire time he was in Florida. The following Monday, I got a text from him saying he had been sentenced to 10 years. He had taken a plea deal because he was advised not to go to trial. He got 5 years credit for his ankle monitor, 4 years incarceration, and a year's probation. He would be taken into custody that day, released the next day, which happened to be Christmas Eve. He'd be able to come back, wrap up his affairs, see his family, and also see me one last time. He'd have to report back the following Friday at 5 p.m. to turn himself in to start his sentence. So I saw him, and things just didn't seem right. That 10-year sentence seemed pretty hefty for a he said, she said. But all I had was his words. I couldn't get a police report because the victim was a minor. So time comes, he turns himself in. I'm looking at the incarcerated inmates list. He's not showing up. A day, 3 days, a week, 2 weeks go by, still not there. So I enlisted the help of a friend of mine who called his phone. Sure enough, he answered. He wasn't in jail. I called his phone. He didn't answer. He clearly recognized the number. He forgot I had a work phone. I called him from my work phone. He answered. I said, hey, guess you're not in jail. We proceeded to have a very lengthy conversation. It was the last conversation I would ever have with him. He was done and no longer permitted space in my life to lie, manipulate, or gaslight me any longer. 2 months later in February, he finally was incarcerated. He was on the county prison list for about a week before he was transferred to state prison. And he was sentenced to 8 years. He took a plea deal. He had an 8-year sentence. He pled guilty to 2 second-degree felonies. He was in state prison for about a day before he was released. This time, his sentence was being appealed, I thought by him, but the state's attorney general of Florida was actually appealing his sentence, specifically the credit he was given for time served wearing his ankle monitor. It's through that appeals process I would finally learn what it is he had done. The police had confiscated his phone and later got a search warrant for it. On that phone, they found 2 videos taken in October of 2019 when he slipped the phone under the bathroom door and recorded his stepdaughter naked and alone in the bathroom. His ex-wife had no knowledge of these videos. Clearly, his stepdaughter didn't either, and it was February of 2020. Those videos had been on his phone for just over 4 months. He, along with his defense attorney, would later claim that he thought she was in there smoking marijuana, which is why he made the videos, or recorded her. He even caught his phone in one of the videos as he checked to make sure it was recording, or caught his face in one of the videos. You can draw your own conclusions. Those are the facts. I know I've made up my mind. Clearly, I've learned a lot of lessons from dating Joel. While most women, when they meet a man, they're looking at his eyes, maybe checking out his smile. Me, I've learned to check out his ankle because I have to tell you there's nothing sexier to me than a man with a naked, unadorned ankle. It's in the top 3. And while it's amazing to have someone in your life, a partner to go on adventures with and to share slow dances in the middle of the kitchen with, it's pretty amazing being single too, especially when you surround yourself with the right group of people. I'm so incredibly lucky. I have the most amazing friends anyone could ask for. They've been by my side through this entire thing. They've been my safe space and my soft place to land. And while it's great to have a partner or be single, what I have learned is when you surround yourself with the right group of people, you're never truly alone. Thank you for listening.